sport fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Let's get straight into the episode.
Yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun.
Since we're talking about breast milk, would you ever try it?
100%. Because they talk about mad
100%.
protein and that shit. And like, I'm not a protein junkie, but just I want to see what it tastes like.
Yeah,
been a minute.
of course.
It's
Curiosity
been a minute.
is my biggest thing. For
It's
it.
been a long minute. So let's run it back. Do I really have to wait until my wife, like my next baby mum's, my first baby mum's?
Like, when you taste it, are you gonna be like, "Fuck, that's a familiar sensation"?
I don't know.
It tastes familiar.
I wonder if it will
Flashbacks.
give you nostalgia.
Yeah. You're gonna be like, "Fuck."
Nostalgia, like an old
Hallucinations.
song.
Ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, bro. Like a
Connecting
song
with
that you heard
God,
in primary
bro.
school and you're like, oh, I remember that song.
I'm gonna flash back to being a little fucking baby.
Yeah. Well, JP
shit.
said it to me. Josh Painter, shout out to Josh Painter. He said it to me the other day. We were talking about breast milk for some reason, and he was saying, like, he asked people, "Would you ever try it?" And then they say no, and he's like, "Well, you have already." So I'm just asking him, "Would you ever drink it again?"
It's a trick question.
Yeah, I'd try it. I'd taste it. I'm curious. That's why. But my partner told me recently this case that I think she might have heard it on a podcast. I don't think she heard it in real life, but someone would do their daily pumps because apparently girls have to just pump nonstop when they're lactating. But a bonding moment between her and her partner is he'd sit on the couch and he'd get fed for half an hour while they watch TV every day.
He'd get fed.
Yeah, he'd get fed, bro. She'd fucking hold him while he
What was his gains like?
they'd watch their fucking favourite show on the telly.
Nah, that's wild.
Imagine you taste it.
On one
and
meal a day, boy, that'd be
Yeah,
good
I
supplementary
reckon. Good
shit, bro.
nutrients and
and
that.
imagine that's how good it tastes, bro.
But the act.
Yeah, bro. The
Actor,
act is
bonding,
strange.
cuz. What do you mean? It's bonding. We're in it forever.
That's
We're
what
here
she
now.
said. She
We're
said it
here
was
now.
a crazy bonding experience for this couple to have gone
But you know
through.
what's a better one? Fucking, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to mix
Get
it
her
up.
drink
What
in
else
it.
can we
Yeah,
do?
mix it up.
What else can we do?
Yeah.
We've been here. We've got a baby.
Yeah, mix it up.
We obviously know how to have sex. What else can we do? Let me suck your titties, get some milk. Let me get nutrients from you.
Yeah,
Fuck.
well. What about the placenta? Would you ever eat a placenta?
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah,
I would.
straight out.
100%. I don't want that for the curiosity. I want that for the fucking
Genuine.
growth.
Yeah.
Crumb it up.
I want to see if that
talking
increases
eat
the
it raw?
connection.
I'd eat it raw.
What if
Eat
that
it raw?
increases the connection?
You eat it raw, you cook it.
Raw dogs,
Yeah,
just
I'd
for the
raw.
moment, because you want the nutrition, bro.
Raw
You want
dogs.
you want the raw, because you know what I say, like when you cook stuff to certain temperatures, you
You
lose.
lose a lot of the nutrients.
Exactly.
yeah.
I don't want 50%. I want 100% connection with
Straight
my
up.
kid. 1000%.
Would you put
If
it on
it
would
if
you
it
just
correlates.
eat it as is, or would you put it on like a sandwich?
Oh, that's a good point. Lettuce,
Blender.
lettuce, juice,
A
juice.
blender, I chuck a shitload of ice in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you drink it.
Drink it. of
Nah,
course.
because then you're chewing the ice. I just
Nah, blend. Like, I mean, like, gulp it. Like,
Nah,
gulp
I
it.
reckon mince it up.
Mince it. but
Mince
then you have to
it.
cook it.
No, you don't
nah,
have
like
to cook it.
tartar. What do they call it? Tartar.
Yeah.
Tartar. Like
sushi,
that. You're
on the-
right.
on the
Coriander. This, that,
Crack
salt and
a-
pepper.
Crack an egg yolk in there.
Oi.
Wrap it up in some seaweed and have some sushi.
Oi.
Straight out.
We're onto
You
something.
dip some croutons in that bitch. Straight
like
out.
a salad.
Hunch.
Okay.
That's wild.
Okay. I'm
I'll-
here for
I'll
it.
just
I'm
drink
here
it.
for Yeah, I want
Nah, I'll take it up, bro.
Take it up.
Yeah, true. I'll give mine to yours, bro. You can chef
Let's start
it
a
up.
business. Bring your frozen placenta to me for
Yeah.
dinner. And I'll whip
That
you
could
up
be
a
a business.
three-course dinner.
Fuck.
Niches, bro. Niches have a lot of money.
Yeah,
The more
yeah.
niche you go, there's fucking weird people out here, bro.
You gotta find a lot of pregnant women.
What do you mean?
Everyone's
Like, that's the
getting-
hardest thing to
Everyone's
do.
getting pregnant,
All you got
bro.
to do is just start a frenzy about it being a thing.
Mm.
And done, bro. You have a long list of baby mums that you got to
My
like
name's
feed.
Jack Doxy. I'd like to buy your placenta.
Oh, I thought.
I don't
like,
want to die. It's
thought
not
it was an
organ donating,
individual-
mate. We're not like taking
I
people's
thought everyone
organs on
as
the
an
black
individual
market.
level can seek out the placenta king, bro. They come chef up their food.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm not talking about,
That's how I'm thinking
placenta
about it.
warehouse, so I can go get bulk deal.
Bro said placenta
Buy and
warehouse.
resell.
Fiery cell, middleman
Yeah.
in placentas, bro.
That's me,
Nah.
bro. I'm just a salesman, bro, door to door.
You set up a fucking placenta drop shipping.
You get people invested because of like, if you know someone, I'll hook you some mad comps.
Yeah.
Initially, I offer how much? Nah,
How much did that go for, you reckon?
nah, come on, guys.
Depends on the type of person, I think. It would all vary.
Yeah,
like
I reckon
No,
it has
there's
a.
got to be a price.
Nah, not a standardized
I reckon
price.
you can statistically like add it up, and it would have to like correlate to how much nutrition is in the placenta. Like, is it really that much worth it?
Well,
You know?
you can buy like cow placentas and shit and things
And
like
how much
that
is
and
that?
eat them. Oh, I wouldn't have a clue. I haven't
Oh,
looked it up.
fucking!
If
How
I would
much
take
is
a
it?
guess, if we're going based on kilograms, I would say it'd be about
50,000, bro.
wow
The street value
for what
of a
human,
human
or cow?
placenta
Okay.
is 50 grand.
All right.
What? So there must be mad nutrients.
Yeah, of course. It's the
Bro.
healthiest
No,
thing you
mad
can ingest.
nutrients.
It's the healthiest thing you can ingest on this planet.
But
Healthiest thing you
what
can
is
ingest.
it
What sort of
used for?
statistical factor
What
is
can
that?
you use for? Well, people buy for 50,000. What would they use it for?
A meal, bro.
No, other than eating it.
That's it, bro.
No,
You
it's
put it
only
back
to
inside?
eat.
No, a placenta is a stomach between
Yeah,
the
I know,
mum
but
and
like,
the baby
But why would the price be so high?
for the nutrients, bro. That's all it is. It's for the nutrients.
First thing on Google was like, there's no evidence that eating the placenta provides any health benefits.
True.
It says apparently it's trendy and touted.
It's like one of those, what are those things? Nootropics. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
I can
fuck it. I'll
supplement
do it again if I knew I could get a big check out of it. We can make another frenzy. We can make
Yeah.
another frenzy.
50 bands is a lot, but true. If you're gonna pump out heaps of kids, you could easily buy a house.
That's 50 bands a year, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hard. You could buy a house on placentas, eh?
Yeah.
You could buy a house
That's a whole
on busting
wage. That's
nuts.
minimum wage
So
on
if you give birth
placentas.
a placenta, but you give birth again, you get another placenta.
You can compensate not working the whole year because you're having the kid just off the fucking
Take a few
placenta.
months off, yeah.
Straight up.
Just keep bagging out kids, and each one's 50 grand.
Yeah.
Not the actual kid, the placenta.
But then
Yeah.
if you
And what about these
impregnate
Muslim men?
multiple,
what if it's what?
Yeah, Muslim and multiple.
Oh, multiple
They got like
wives. You can
4
have a
wives,
whole
bro.
proper
Empire.
business going on of placentas.
you're
It'd fund
running
your
a fucking
lifestyle. It'd
empire
fund your
business,
lifestyle.
bro.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to work. Your missus wouldn't have to work.
Think about your own family structure. If you're Muslim, you get multiple wives, multiple whatever, and then friends, comms, business, word of mouth.
Yeah.
You got that pipeline running as well.
You just gotta make one sale a year. If you have 2 wives too.
That's at minimum.
3 wives,
Come
3.
on, this is a very interesting. I heard. I don't want to keep bagging out the women. Bro. I think it comes from a source that not many women like either. Andrew Tate, I think, said it.
Top
Actually.
G.
TBH said, yeah, he said that if you show a woman, let's say for example, how to make $50,000 in 1 hour.
She only has to
And
work
then,
one
and
day
then
a
you
month.
show a man how to make $50,000 in 1 hour. That man will work 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Versus the woman just working that 1 hour.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The
ladies.
quote is, he goes that if you show a woman how to make $1,000 an hour,
Yeah.
she'll turn around and say, "Wow, I only have to work 2 hours this week." You show a man how to
Type
work
shit.
for $1,000 an hour. How can I work for 24 hours today?
Exactly.
How can I make
exactly,
$24,000?
Exactly. And yeah, perspective.
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course. But I have a fundamental belief that I've had it for years and years and years, and I start to find more and more evidence the older I get, but it kind of explains that in a sense where it's almost like it's men's job to go out and conquer the planet.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has an urge, every man has an urge to experience, to travel, to explore, to
Gain
create,
knowledge.
to gain knowledge. But every man has the same urge to be able to provide what the best parts of life is to a woman. I don't know if women have that same primal instinct that men have to conquer, to create, they want to travel for the experience of enjoyment, but a lot of men want to travel for the experience of like conquership.
Like, yeah, it's almost adding to your value for your future battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that as a man, like, I think you're right, like, in regards to, like, we feel this need to conquer. I feel like that relates directly to almost, yeah, like, we only want these high positions and all this power is so almost for women.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
I'm not gonna lie to you boys, if there was no women in this earth, like,
I wouldn't be
I'm
doing
happy to
shit.
be a bum on the street, lad.
I'm with.
Or like, well, we're just out in the forest, you know, just doing my thing, you
Yeah.
know,
Straight out.
like type situation, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, women motivate a lot for us, and it's like, yeah, you wanna get you know, a lot of capital, a lot of assets, so you can provide the best life for a woman. You get
100%.
cleaned up every morning, have a shower, brush your teeth, so you look decent for women.
Yeah. It's status.
You
You
know?
want a high status to get a higher status woman. That's the reason you want high status as a man.
Yeah, so that's why I think, leading it back to the conquering, we want those things so we can provide fully for whoever that mate needs to be. Because instinctually, bro, whoever it is that is with us, I get it, especially if I really connect with a person that actually like you, and that's why we're together. I want to give you everything. I want to
Yeah,
give you the whole
yeah.
world for some reason. You know what I mean? It's in my
100%.
soul. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I just want to work harder in my day-to-day life. Even if you're not asked, you never asked me for it, but automatically me being with you has made me increase my work rate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
give
yeah.
you the best life.
And that's
you
a
know what I'm saying?
mad magic trick that the universe just hides within love, bro.
The master. I think it's in Think and Grow Rich. There's genius within a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
When that partnership is, you know, truly unified and harmonic, a man can access genius.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
with
mad.
the right woman.
I feel like it's a man's job to provide for a woman, and it's a woman's job to provide a position in which the man can provide as best as he can.
Yeah,
That's all I could personally ever ask for in a woman.
A tribute to his his mental health. Like, you just got to keep an eye out for his mental health and see how you can, you know, make it better. That's a simple. That's a
all
very
I
key
want.
thing, but it's not too much. I
Yeah.
feel like get to know your man, see when maybe he's going on a decline, read his, you know, body behavior, pick up those patterns so you can step in to make sure he's on a peak. But as a geezer, you still got to keep it 100.
Blueprints, 100%.
Blueprints to
Yeah,
who?
for the women listening.
Yeah.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is exclusive. No geezer's going to tell you this straight up because they struggle with the communication thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we out here telling you straight up.
Yeah, I'm very vocal. I'm pretty aware of everything that I currently want at the moment. It's funny because off topic, but lately what I've noticed too is I've been saying it on every podcast, life will give you whatever you want, but it won't give you what you want when you want it. Now I'm starting to realize that you don't know what you want until you have it. You know, you could be on this journey and it is all about the journey to achieve what you want. And then when you get to the end and you achieve the point in which you were going towards, you're like, I'm not fulfilled, in which I thought I was going to be fulfilled.
Absolutely.
So not only does life give you whatever you want if you go ahead and go for it, but it will give you what you want without you even knowing that you were chasing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that's why the journey is so important. That's why people talk about the journey rather than the destination. Like, I have a lot of like destinations in mind, but like, I think it's from the XP of like watching other people, you know, at a young age, you know, talk about the things that you're talking about, like how they got to a certain point. Like watching documentaries where someone's been a CEO for business for ages and then taking ayahuasca has changed their life, realize what the fuck
Aubrey
was that,
Marcus.
type
Have
shit.
you- yeah,
Or this
bro.
stuff like that, you know.
You know his
or-
name wasn't Aubrey Marcus before? He took his first... Do you know who I'm talking about, Aubrey
Nah.
Marcus? He's a guy who's very similar, similar, who was a CEO of a massive corporation. I think it must be insurance. Can't remember what his business is. But he went out on this psychedelic journey of self-discovery through mushrooms and all this. And he's like, I'm going to do ayahuasca. Came back from ayahuasca. He's since known as Aubrey Marcus, the CEO. Before that, he had a different name, bro.
Yeah,
So they come back a different person.
Yeah, he reckons when he takes these trips that he's able to know what he needs to do inside of his business to create the next amount of financial growth inside his
Yeah, because what's
fucking
happening
business.
is it's extreme self analysis and extreme self like development happening during those periods. That's what I'm saying. Like the journey
Cheat
to
codes, bro.
road,
Cheat
you know,
codes.
the road to riches is just the same road to self growth.
Yeah.
There is no difference. And if you chase the self growth one, the riches will come to you. Like I'm very confident on that.
I think so too. I think it's all about giving everything you want 100% of your effort while you're inside of it.
Yeah, and everything else comes. Everything else comes.
Yeah.
Like you do set the intention that, oh yeah, I would like this thing. Yeah, it never come. Maybe it does come the exact form you want, but 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. And you
doesn't,
kind of
no.
like you're prepared for that. So that's why, because you're kind of prepared for that and you have that self awareness, you're looking for like symbolisms in life all the time. So you're always never looking at things for face value.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
look at everything like it's something else. I look at every biblical story like it's an example for my current situation I'm in my life. I look
Yeah.
at every movie like it's my next chapter in which I'm going to start perceiving. That's why the healthier I feel, obviously, the better I'm going to be as a Phrygie at work. The better I am at work, the better podcasts I'm going to start having.
Yeah,
like,
everything has a
everything's
reason.
the same, bro.
Yeah.
Everything's the same. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's mad. Would you just fucking take ayahuasca at this stage in your life right now where you are?
Anytime, bro.
Anytime?
Nah, I'm not like anytime. I reckon, later in my life. I don't feel like I need
I'll take it
right
now,
now.
but not right this instant. Give me a night, maybe a day and a night.
To prepare, like
Yeah.
I get what you're saying though. Like,
That's
so
what I
he
meant,
would
though,
take it
yeah.
now, basically. For me,
yeah.
I could take it now. Like, I could see benefits from it, but I have other things speaking to me that I feel like are more necessary. I don't feel like I need anything that
Too many
hard.
voices, bro. Too many voices.
I don't think I need anything that hard. What do you mean too many voices?
Too many things going on in your head.
Nah, I could take it. But I don't feel like I'm going to get anything out of it that I need right now that deep.
You don't know that, bruv.
No, you're right to that extent. But at the same time, I feel like, let's say if I took mushrooms, I feel like I could get the same. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'll know. I'm like pretty intuitional to understand like what sort of substance I need at this stage. Like, if I was like in a deep, like down for a while and I just got out of it and then I'm like on it up again, then I might be like, all right, let me take ayahuasca so I can really look into that introspectively, deeply. But I haven't gone through anything super significant like that in my life recently where I feel like I need to take myself down that line of like, you know.
That kind of answers my next question. It was
Introspection.
going to be that. Do you think that life will present you ayahuasca when life is ready for you to experience it? If not even sure if you think as deep as that, but or do you think that it's something that you'll sort out when you feel like you're ready to?
It's funny you say that. Like, I do think as deep as that. So like for me, it's like I do feel like it will come to me at the right time. So not just someone offering it to me, because I realize my relationship with those things is much different to others. People just do it because to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like I use those things for like genuine information and access or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I would do it when intuitionally, like really in my soul, it's speaking to me. Like when I came across mushrooms, that was speaking to me to do it. You know what I mean?
I believe everything was speaking to me when it came to any
Yeah.
form of experience or chemical or substance.
But you don't feel that
especially-
now. If I come up to you right now and I'm like, oh, smoke this bud, you know?
Yeah. And
He's
now
not
I
gonna
wouldn't.
smoke no buds, but he'll eat some mushrooms, bro.
No, I wouldn't.
No, exactly.
I
But
wouldn't.
like, you wouldn't
I
say
wouldn't.
that. But that's not.
On my life right now, I wouldn't.
yeah,
On
you
my
know,
life.
type shit. Like,
But for a while, when I first started to, like, in teenagehood, start to like smoke weed, drink alcohol, these things, everything was coming at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't sought after anything. Everything was speaking for me to try it. It doesn't matter if it was Xanax or fucking LSD or fucking speed. Who knows? Who cares? Everything was just coming to
Yeah,
me
for sure.
as if it was my time to experience it. You know?
Yeah.
And I got to experience it. DMT was one that it never really did. You know, it never really had its turn.
yeah, funny like that. Change that for you. I joke. I like
Red hot.
It's nah.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because that's why I said what I said. Like, if I gave you buds right now, would you take it? Or if I gave you mushrooms right now, would you take it? Because your perspective's changed. Those things still might come at you, but where you are in life and like, you know, what you've learned and through those experiences, you're like, nah, I'm gonna take these things not as they come to me when I know within myself to take it. You know what I mean? Like I can see within myself. You have enough self-awareness. Some people don't have that self-awareness and they'll be like, oh, drug? Yeah, let me
Sometimes it's
let
a
me take
waste,
drug.
though. Sometimes
Like, you
it's
know
a
what I mean?
waste.
It's a waste
I
as
had
well.
my hands on some mushrooms one time. I full planned it. I woke up early to watch the sunrise. I was thinking, oh, fuck, I'm going to learn something. And I was just tripping out and I was sitting there and I felt this feeling that I'm doing the right thing.
You
I
are
didn't-
doing the right thing? Or not?
Yeah. I was just getting that feeling like you're on the right path. Everything's all good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And there was no other epiphanies.
That's
than that.
not that's not a
Wow.
waste. I
Wow.
don't think that's a waste, bro.
Yeah, that's not a waste.
Even
That's
if
a
my
good
next
lesson.
mushroom trip told me that, how reaffirming, how, you know, how great is that? You know, sometimes people talk about like, you know, the
For me,
secrets.
I see it like a waste because in that moment I wanted answers.
You didn't need answers.
But
That's
that's
the
what I got.
introspection.
That's
That's the
what I got.
value in it, though. Well, that's how we look at life different. Like you look at that as a waste. I'd look at that as like that's what my lesson was out of that. Like I was in a good place and I'd been doing well for the last few years.
imagine
leading
you
to that.
spending this money and then for it to tell you all good. That's it.
Wow, fuck, all good it
fuck,
is,
they're
bro.
duds.
Like,
They're
I don't
duds.
know.
Yeah, they're fucking
I
duds.
don't know. Then you just enjoy the flow of it, put some
Yeah,
fucking music.
I had a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
I spent all that money to learn something.
And you learned that you were all good, cuz. And then look, that from that reaffirming, you probably moved more like positive moving forward from that. You
straight
know
out,
what I
you're
mean?
right.
Like you know. So you did get value out of it. It's sometimes like you don't always need like the deepest life opening experiences, bro. It can be the littlest things sometimes that just change everything for you. Like,
Yeah.
I used to always look for very big things, especially during that like 16, 17, 18, where we were rising in consciousness and we were experimenting and stuff. So many big things were happening that I came out of that where, you know, I was still expecting a lot of big things to happen. But then I figured out like, you know, everything's happening on the smaller levels. Like, everything is still happening right in front of me. It's just like, it's not those bigger things. It's right in front of me sometimes.
I think I've entered a period now where everything's a big thing. I think I didn't experience that through my whole life until the last 6 to 12 months of my life, more importantly now than ever.
Yeah.
But everything's a big thing. Every
Yeah.
decision I make,
Yeah.
every choice I make at work is a massive choice.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's huge. Every bit of information that comes at me is life changing. Every opportunity I get is like revolutionary.
That's what I love. Like,
opportunity.
all that tells me is your self-awareness is up because you're realizing that, you know, it's the butterfly effect. My decisions today have an effect here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you've lived in your life and your routine for long enough to understand what the repercussions of you not doing certain actions are. So it's smart. Like, I realize I catch it myself where I'm like, I'm coming out of that like period where, you know, you're a bit lax. I'm pretty laxed. You know what I mean? So let's say at home, you know, when I was a younger person working at a hospitality, if I saw a cup, might not pick it up. Where now it's like, you know, because I'm growing in my self-awareness, I might walk past that cup still because the instincts are in me, but my self-awareness kicks me to literally just do like a little 360 and pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Because my self-awareness is growing up, so I have to push past the instinct.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
it's like this, the butterfly effect of not picking up that cup is knowing that I won't pick it up next time.
And also trajectory, people think I'm lazy, I can't, but then just seeing so much pro-efficiency from someone so consistently, perspective is just so different after that, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love to hear the self-awareness is consistently just growing.
It's mad, bro. I love it. I honestly, I always heard people saying when I was younger, the funnest periods of your life are around 27. And I remember thinking to myself at that time of hearing it, I was too young when I first started hearing it, but then I started to realize, like, as I got to early adulthood, teenage, late teenage, all this bullshit, then it's like, it will not get funner than this. I'm out and I'm living my life.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing things I can't imagine. I couldn't explain to people,
Yeah.
especially on a drug level. You can't explain to people the feelings I was feeling.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been the peak of my enjoyment in life, you know? But as I get older and drugs are out of the picture, everything's like out. As I'm getting to 25, I'm starting to think to myself, like, fuck, things really do start to get better and better.
Cuz
27
you're
will
so
be
right.
nuts.
As a man, bro, it's funny, bro. This is how I know we haven't seen each other in so long, because we're having like similar revelations within our life, like, you know, at similar periods in time. I'm realizing, like, you know, over the last couple of years, you know, growing up, I used to have a lot of pressure on myself, obviously coming from up above, but like also within myself, it would correlate that I'd have a lot of pressure for myself and expect high things of myself. But I really started to ease back, still proficient and still active, never stale. But I realized, bro, like 27, 28, as a man, like the older you get, it's fine. You get finer like wine, bro.
Right,
Honestly, as a man, you get finer as wine. And it's like your value goes up, bro. Because if you can maintain being young in spirit and doing these healthy habits now, like, you know, the training, etc., and doing what you love is for fun and finding outlets like this that are creative, if you can maintain that and you still get your adult money, but dude, 27 to 32 is the best, bro. It's the I'm starting to realize that as well. Yeah.
I'm with you. It's crazy that I would have never. You can't explain something to someone. People have to experience everything in this world.
Yeah.
I can relate it back to driving. Driving a car when I was younger, people could tell me, don't risk getting caught, losing your license, don't do this, the repercussion. It was just noise. I swear it was noise.
100%,
until I lost my license that I first experienced it.
Yeah, and then like it's like the noise in your head reduces and reduces and reduces. Like after like not each consequence, maybe if you're self-aware enough, but like over time, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
the noise in your head reduces and you realize
The
like, yeah,
ego
fuck.
deflates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, as a young bro, 100%, bro, my mom told me not to do this and that because this will happen, and everything she said would happen happened.
Yeah, and then you go through a period.
Yeah, when they say don't do this, don't do that,
Yeah.
you want to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but yeah, it ignites something in you, bro. Like I can think back to those times mom would say not to do something. I'm like, oh mate, like whatever.
Yeah. What would you know?
In my head, in the back, like
Yeah.
genuine pressure in my head where I feel it. All right,
Yeah.
get out of here, right?
But it's not just that. I remember thinking to myself, like, what would you know? You know, you're an adult.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
young. I'm a kid. I know what it's
Yeah.
like being a kid.
There was this weird, like, ego-ness. Like,
Yeah.
you really thought you were above it, and like you had the world in your hands, bro. You could do
And
whatever
then,
you
bro,
wanted.
then I got to a stage in my life where I thought to myself, like, these people were wrong. Not only do I not believe them, but then I got to a stage where I
yeah.
was doing things. I was thinking these people were
Oh,
wrong.
that's when you know
Like,
you're delusional.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I was 100%
No, that's when
delusional.
you're
I was in a
fucked.
place of just delusion, perfect word. This is wrong with delusion. But then eventually, as you said, like the noise starts to go down and down and down. And now when you hear lessons from the elders and the
You want to
the
listen.
people
What
that
did you
work
say?
with,
You want to get the notepad
say it
out.
again.
Like,
Say
yes.
it again.
Yeah,
say it to me in a
straight
different
out.
Right.
sentence.
Now
Yeah.
it's like I'm looking for the wisdom everywhere,
Yeah.
bro. There's not a single person that I like look down on because I'm just like it can come from anywhere.
Mm.
Like you're saying, like I was always looking for those bigger picture like revelations. I realized it's just coming from the real small details.
Yeah.
That's why it's always good to sometimes think back to what someone said. Like look at it from a different awareness.
It's such a spinner as well when you get this little cunt, you don't expect much, and then just dropping game.
Type shit. You know, people live lives, and
Yeah.
it's like where just my face value right now doesn't represent anything that I've been through before. Like I literally could have been super fat 6 weeks ago and like 6 months ago. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, don't make too many judgments and like let people speak. And kind of go from there a little bit.
Crazy. You made a point before that I want to circle on, and you said that you felt a lot of pressure from above, not just from within.
Yeah.
When you said above, did you mean that from a role model
I had a
sense or
feeling
from
that,
a God sense?
I wasn't very clear with that one, but yeah, parents, just parents, like household type stuff,
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. There's
What
no issues with
What
that.
about God? Because that's an interesting topic that I always love
Expectations
Allah's
discussing.
always
from
watching, bro.
God.
Allah's always watching.
Always watching.
So obviously a
from
belief
God's-
in God in a sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Like expectations
You have to
from God.
perform.
Absolutely. Like, yeah. No, as I get older, like now in my I'm waking up and I'm praying and I do things and I rejoice in God and I praise God. I have that relationship with Him. Then it's like absolutely
So now I'm aware that everyone in this room believes in a God.
Yeah,
In the word God in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
Now I want to try and work out what everyone's belief in what God is.
I have that relationship. Yeah, there is that expectation because I see what He does in my life that's good. How dareth me to try and accept His blessings or expect His blessings, yet I do not, live a life that's righteous type shit. Nah, that's what doesn't sit with me anymore. So yeah, I got those expectations. Young and all that sort of stuff now, But as I grow older and I've developed a relationship with God, I
How
do have
often do you show
expectations.
gratitude?
As often, more often than you guys would think. Like a lot of people around me would think, but I'd like to more.
If it makes you feel any differently, I don't think I have any idea of how much you should.
Yeah, that's true. But I think more Delvin because Delvin I'm with
No.
on a
I
regular
was
basis.
just asking because people turn to God when things are
Yeah,
going
like
wrong.
even today,
things
like
are
I
going shit.
trained heaps hard and like, I was in my fastest state and stuff. And, at the end of it, like I stretched and, I just prayed, bro. I prayed heaps strong. And then afterwards I put like just praise and worship songs, like, just so I could just, and I sang so loud, bro.
Yeah.
In my house, bro. It was so crazy. And I've been making music a lot and like, trying to diversify my voice and work on a singing voice. And like, I've been pretty active on this the last week, conceptually coming up with great songs, but struggling to execute on the singing front. And I got this booming voice today when I was praising Lord, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is on my life, bro. This happened. So, yeah, there are those expectations now. Like, when I have this sort of relationship with God and have that self-awareness that, yeah, I got to move in certain ways. I've got to be good to people. That's the main thing. I'm a sinner, 100%. I make, certain actions, drinking alcohol, whatever, etc. But one thing I don't lack on is being good to people. My relationship with people,
All right. Well, what about you, Del? In your head, what is God? What is your God?
Yeah, so we grew up Christians there, went to Christian school, all of that. But I was always thinking, like, bullshit type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
In a sense of what? What led bullshit to be, or
Like, fuck. I don't know. It's just,
was there anything that stood out as bullshit inside?
I don't know. I just had a lot of doubts and had no faith. Just had no faith.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Delvin because it's just Delvin's experience. But what I see very commonly from people that are like, yeah, bullshit. Those schools and the institutions and how they perceive relationships with God and Christianity and whatever religion is horrible. And no wonder why people come out of this so bitter.
Yeah.
So bitter. And it's hard to
I didn't want to believe.
fix those wrongs because they've been so, I know. School experiences, bro, full stop. I don't even need to go into it.
I feel like they're teaching us kind of like their relationship with God.
Yeah.
But everybody needs to find their own unique relationship.
Absolutely.
And I was in my doubts up until I had this one mushroom experience. I can't count how much I took. It was a concentrated psilocybin extract. It was a fucking shitload.
Yeah.
So one teaspoon is like a 3.5 gram dose. Fuck. It was like 3 tablespoons. Like.
Yeah. Wow.
But
So
Heroic
what do you
dose.
call it? A heroic
I
Heroic
usually,
dose.
Yeah.
you remember I used to brew them into the teas.
Yeah.
We took them on the bus
Elixirs,
and that.
lad.
to-
Elixirs, lad.
That was
Elixir.
a great period in my life, eh?
That ain't just a tea.
Those elixirs were cracker. But
Yeah.
I remember on my last batch, there was a whole bunch of powder, and I brewed it into this fat tea. It was like drinking mud. That's how thick it was.
Yeah.
It was drinking mud.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my idea of God was not like it can't be related or likened to any religion like that, but it's just a feeling. It was a feeling.
That's it.
It was an energy. It was a feeling. So, yeah, when I connect, it's just fuck. I can't be a Christian. I can't be a Muslim. I can't be any of that.
Well, do you know what I find religion necessary?
Sorry to cut you off, but
Sorry,
just on topic. So I'm starting to understand that your God is a personal, individual God that is there for you.
Not a person.
No,
Not
personal. Personal, individual
Yeah.
God for you. Just like how, do you believe that everyone else's God is a personal, individual God for themselves? Almost as if,
Yeah, no, I think it's all the same no matter who they're looking up to. It's all, at the end of the day, same shit.
That's how, at the core,
But
I
just,
feel.
there's more than one way to the top of the mountain, There's more
It just
roads.
happens for me. It's Christianity. I was raised in a Christian
Yeah,
household,
I
so
was
that's
raised
how
as
I
well.
knew God. But if I was raised in a Muslim household, it would be the same that I would know God through their rituals. Mine, for me, it's like I know God and how to communicate Him through prayer, and it generally works. Like what He would justify as like the feeling and the connection you have with God. That's all I have, and I use Christianity as my vessel for that. I don't believe in everything that's happening within the religion and how it's utilized, whatever, and portrayed today. But at the end of the day, all I know is I utilize Christianity as my vessel to communicate with God. It's as simple as it is. And everyone uses their own ways to communicate with God and have that feeling. That feeling is all that we're there for. And like I said, like I just see things in life where like I know, and I also get the feeling in those moments where it's like, yeah, there is so much more beyond what the eye can see at this stage,
that's mad. I've never heard anyone else say it, but it's exactly the same. You're not exactly the same, but it's a very, very similar belief to what I've had and experienced and what I've had, where Christianity was never something I was grown up in. No one in my family is religious at all. But because of the school that we went to, I was there for a couple of years, I started to just be surrounded by people who were Christians. And then I was like, let's give this a go. So I started going to church more. And then Christianity was my identity, for the time I was there, until I realized that it wasn't my it wasn't my foundation. It was my foundation without my entirety. It was just it was my way of expression. You know,
Absolutely,
and I believe that it doesn't make Christianity wrong to use that as your driven vehicle in order to reach the final top of the mountain.
That's it.
But it is a perfect pathway if you can be as open minded as you are.
Yeah.
Where you can still flaunt the faults that come with man's input inside such a large tyranny like Christianity and Catholicism and all these control. Obviously, it's there to help push
forms of
people
control.
in the
Control
right
is the best thing
direction.
that you said.
Control. As long as you can see that inside it, I think that every religion is the perfect pathway.
Yeah.
As
that's
long as
it.
you're critical on the fact that you know that, yes, this is still a man's interpretation in which you should try and achieve,
Yeah.
as Buddha would call it, enlightenment, but God in itself, you know?
You just gotta, take
Yeah, I
what's
feel like
necessary out of it.
A lot of people get delusional with it.
Yeah, people get delusional out of, and I don't know, bro. I can't explain and justify for those people. It's wild, but there's a lot more at play in those people that take it further. It's filling a hole that's not fully healed. You know what I mean? Like it's a stickier topic that you don't even want to get into, and you just got to allow those people and see the projections happen when the projections happen, and realize this is not a person. This is not God within that person speaking. This is not the Christian woman speaking. This is that person's own damage, speaking at me at this moment. And then a lot of the time at your school, when they were teaching you and projecting onto you their version of God, this is that person's projections and their beliefs of God. And which is a shame they weren't enhancing for you to find a relationship with God. You know what I mean? And that's the main thing at the end of the day. It's just to find God. Because with God, it's faith. And faith is the key thing at the end of the day. Like God is, but without God, you don't have faith. And without faith, you don't have God.
I feel like God, fuck, I hate calling it God for some reason.
I feel you, but it's a word used so largely. It's not the right word. God isn't the right word.
I don't know. I don't like that word, but
Sometimes they use the universe as the same word as God. Or Mother Nature.
just shown itself to me. I was having a tough time. I was having a bad trip, real bad trip. Demons, evil spirits everywhere. And fucking God revealed itself.
Oh, I love that, bro. I love that. It's mad. It's almost like life is another way for me to relate God to an easy word for me to be able to go, yep, it's the same thing. Life provides life. Life wants you to keep going. Life wants you to grow. It's like it's almost like it's
Life
the same word.
It is, you're right, bro. Life and God and Yahweh.
God equals
Yahweh,
life.
all, bro. All. That's why they say God is all, it's everything. You know what I mean? And life, vitality, all of that, Yeah, you're right. Maybe God's not the best word to use or whatever, but the utilization of the word God is just everything. He who is everything. That I say he, give it a sex, but that is everything. that is, beyond us, and that has, more power than us or whatever,
I'll tell you, it was a very feminine energy, the one that I felt. It was
Because
loving.
it's very, like, we're going back to our topic before, we're talking about, can men be so nurturing?
It was nurturing.
Yeah. But then they also say, like, God can be so disciplinary as well. And that shows, again, this
That shows
all,
the sexlessness.
this all factor to it where it can do all, discipline when necessary. And we all need discipline. When we've been off the rails, just ourselves, spiritually out of tune, physically out of tune, and mentally out of tune, like life, God forces us to get back on track. Like things within our environment push us to get back to where we need to be, or become introspective to make a decision to become. It's your choice if you decide to continue to forget that, ignore the loop that's happening in your life. But if you choose to, that's life giving you an opportunity to change and keep throwing you signals, in
I
your
agree.
face.
I had a similar kind of trip once. I could have been LSD. I can't remember exactly what I took at the time, but I was in a full panic mode of like, shit, I don't know which is the right path in order for me to go down, whether this is good or whether this is bad. Any decision I was making, I was in a group scenario at the time, and it was like, do I accept this person as this? Do I ask this for someone else? Am I being greedy? Am I being helpful? Am I being careless? Am I being respectful? But it was broken down metaphorically as God versus Satan, in which the two paths I was traveling down. And I eventually got to a stage that I feel like I dived so deep inside my own brain in the situation, in the environment I was in, where I almost envisioned a white line that separated two different paths I could travel down. And one person was sitting in this seat and one person was sitting in this seat. And they spoke to me without the people sitting in front of me weren't speaking to me. It was life itself speaking to me. As in like, well, you made it. This is the end game.
You speaking to yourself, bro.
Yeah,
It was me
how
speaking to
often
myself.
it's
Yeah,
always
and
like
that's what I
that.
mean. It's a projection.
It's always a projection.
Everywhere you look is a
yeah.
projection of what's actually happening
And
on
I
the inside.
think that's why they also say God is within us.
God is within us.
Yeah.
But these two people who were my own thoughts were no longer. I could still see them for who they are, and I could see the people. But this person was like, "Well, you made it. This is the end game." You know what I mean? You have two paths to choose. You can either choose the fulfilling longevity of life, or you can choose the destructive, chaotic, poor outcome that can come from if you choose to make the bad decisions. And I'm telling you, these people told me that it was God and the devil without saying those exact words. And it helped me get my belief in the sense that the biblical version of this is just a metaphor.
It's symbolism.
It's symbolism.
Of that there's evil and good at play consistently.
Yeah, and even evil and good is just a descriptive word
but
for self-growth.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I believe it all came down to. It was self-growth. And self-growth comes from the blueprint of helping others, sharing, not being greedy, doing the right thing is self-beneficial. Because we all know the feeling of giving someone a gift. For some reason, you've just spent money. You put your time and effort into that. You went and you bought it. But when you give that person that gift, you don't even have it anymore, but you have a feeling that's like, I can't describe. I don't know
Self-growth,
why.
that is actually kind of like
that's
a good
self-growth.
version of
Like,
that's
how does
a
that make
great
sense?
way to like put under the microscope a way of looking at self-growth. It is that emotion or that is that boost of ego.
100%. Charity is a gift you give yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
it
always
is.
keep
You
that in
feel
mind.
better because you giving someone like I don't acts of service like working in hospitality is like I make everyone feel comfortable. Yeah. I don't know why I want to. I guess I just want to because I want to make everyone feel happy. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good to see you having a good time. Do you know? It's as simple as that.
But biologically, this is what confuses me about it, is that removes the entire survivalist instinct that we have been built up to be through cavemen to present. Like, if we're meant to be this person who just needs to only make themselves survive, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we had tribal wars and all these different clans and nations attack each other and things like that. It's to create a better surrounding for you and your close ones. Then why is it such a hidden secret in the universe that science can't measure, that you're actually not meant to be keeping everything for yourself? Self-growth comes from helping everyone else.
I think in the aspect, like, think about how we evolved. Like, we started off cavemen, it was very individual, but we progressed into societal situations and it became about the greater good. So it's like, it's actually within us that, and an elder told me like recently, is like, you know, God gives us gifts so we can give back to the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're giving your gifts to give back to the world. Like, your abilities and what you can do is to serve the world and to make the world go around. Do you know what I mean? It's not there for you to be selfish and use it only for yourself. And like, you have abilities to give other people that benefit.
And God gave you that gift through someone else. So God is acting through you to give to someone else. You know what I mean?
Like you, it's there for you to give to other people. Like, there's no point you having all of this. If it's every day you just on the Doxcast, cuz it was every day you're not bringing anyone else. It's your gift of you talking is only for yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't even post it.
Yeah.
You don't even post it.
So funny, and that's a great way to say it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, like super necessary that it's part of our DNA, I think, to give. Like, for me to serve and want to make someone, you know, my gift is to be able to make you so comfortable you want to spend money.
Yeah.
You know? My gift is that I can put a smile on your face and make you leave feeling better than you did coming in. So why would I not utilize it like to that? If I could make everyone in the world laugh, but I only kept it for myself, I'm just giggling to myself. But I can see me caged up, lad. You might see me caged up in a straitjacket. You know?
Yeah. It's funny, bro. It's funny how, like, that is what I think God is. God is the feeling that everyone is you. You know, that is what God is. God is You are just the universe experiencing yourself, not just
Unity. Or do you know how unity is so close to universal? Like universe as well.
Yeah,
Uni.
because yeah. I get uni. I use that word to describe individual. You know what I mean? I don't know why.
Uni. It's good to. It'll be interesting to find out what the actual Greek, because everything comes from like especially if words are similar, they have a similar origination. You know, yeah. I think potentially we're looking at like it's all about us together. You know, we evolved. That's why we started off as we were, and we evolved to multiple masses, families. You know, branching off other family trees, working off with your friends, being able to work together to. You know, make a bigger.
If the world was working in harmony, that's God.
That is God. Unity. Have you guys seen Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Unity is the species that Rick dates. Unity is the entire planet, which is one consciousness working in unity. You know what I mean? Like it's actually everyone
unity
working in harmony.
Oh, what do they call unibrow? One.
Unibrow,
So I think
one.
uni means one, like to be one.
Well,
Yeah.
I looked it up. Origin. Oh no, hang on. I'll come back to me. Oh, it means it forms in a part of a indefinite article. Alone is the original word for uni. Alone.
So
Well-
it goes from one to alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very, very tight fence. You know, like it's like you can be on either side of the scale. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
Universe. It's just one.
but that's the thing. It's like oneness, because it's like you're in this journey of like for all, but for one. Like you can't love other people until you love yourself. So it's like you got to become one so you can become one.
Yeah,
Right? You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
constant wonders, but like on expansion, progression with it. You know, it's like
That's amazing.
You
You
know
gotta
what I mean?
become one with yourself, and then one with yourself on a larger scale. bro.
Yeah, one with the world and try and make one you, like the world and you one, basically, is to understand that you are every other person, you are every other thing. I just had a flashback to the guy that we train. He brings his family and his kid just going crazy on the ant. And then, just stomping on it. And then, like, the dad's like, to Mims, like, what are you doing? What did it do to you? Like, chill out. Obviously, dad has that awareness of oneness, or like, like chill out. And the kid's just
The ant bit me.
yeah. I think it bit his sister as well. Yeah, it bit his sister. And he was just like, I'm on it. Right.
That's mad. It's crazy the way life works. I could think about it, and I do think about it all day, every day, about how it's this eternal need for greed, but it's also this external need for sharing. And
Because I think that's where you find that more contentness, like more love, more where your soul responds better is through giving. Where you're being selfish, you're only looking at the instant gratitude. And if you're consistently getting that selfishness on a regular basis, that can falsely lead you to thinking that's the right way of living. But sometimes it catches up and crashes down. But when you're consistently giving, bro, you have so much sustainability to that. Do you know what I mean? There's so much like goodness that comes out of that internally that it keeps you going for so long. Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like a charge up every time that I've made someone feel good or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I think it's one of the utmost important secrets to the universe, bro, and it's selflessness. Selflessness is charity is a gift you give yourself is one of my favorite quotes I ever heard. It was like originally when I heard it, I was like, shit, it takes away the feeling of wanting to do something that's not for yourself, it's for others. But then when you realize it's for yourself, it's like, fuck yeah, I want to do it more for others, you know?
Yeah, super necessary for a man to control his ego. You do it naturally as part of DNA, like as you grow up, I feel like as a man. But the sooner the better, like you don't want to get into like the big stages as a man, like 30, 40, 50 and not have a control of your ego. You just embarrass yourself all the time, you know? Yeah, really important to put that aside. Like back to what we said again, otherwise you'll never be able to do what's necessary for the bigger picture. You know, you always
Charity
think about the short
is
wins.
good, you know, like you do good, you feel good. When you feel good, good things come.
Yeah, positive
It's
feedback
like
loop.
what goes around comes around.
Yeah, letting go of stuff and just knowing that it's going for the right purpose. And if everything in the universe is correct in terms of universe energy balance, right, good will come back to me, you know, at the right time when it needs to. So
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. What do you think that personally, start with you, Del, is something that is going to be one of your next big stages in life? It's all chapters, it's all missions, it's all accomplishments. What are, if not one, but a couple things that you think you're looking forward to or not looking forward to as being your next chapters?
The next chapter, I'm giving myself from now till about 30 years old just to become fucking sick as cunt.
Top G.
Top G. Just set for life, bro. That's it.
Grind mode.
I want to have probably by 2025, got enough money for a wedding, got enough money to raise children, got enough money for all of that, and got enough to spare.
So by 2025, but do you not plan on acting on any of those things till you're 30? Or like, when you say until you're 30, it's grind mode. Are you going to wait till 30 to start to enjoy it with things like weddings and children?
So by 2025, I want to be set. Or 2025, early 2026, I want to be, when I say set, that means I can dive into this shit. I can afford to start up my life. I can afford to buy a house. I can afford to get married.
Could take risks for fun. Like.
That's what I'm hearing, risks.
And by the time I'm 30, I just want to be, reaping what I sown.
That is a good age for it too. Everything in my life, 30 is a blueprint too. 30 is a blueprint. I look at 30. What about yourself? Big
Just worry about the next chapter, lad. Just worry about the next chapter, lad.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I used to be like, I'm still a big picture thinker, but I'm straying away from that and finding more importance to just worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just worry about tomorrow. Of course, I'm like, I think because I have been so big a picture for so long, like in my youth, it's like I had to figure out the other side of it, of trying to figure out and not be so excited about what's coming later down the line and just worry about tomorrow to make sure that that bigger picture can even happen. If I'm worrying too much about later, fuck, tomorrow, today becomes too much. My anxiety or my wanting of that gets in the way too much. Take every day as it comes. I've got direction. That's the main thing. It's fucking just...
Yeah, you can't score that checkmate without a good, solid opening and mid-game strategy.
Mid-game, bro. Playing some strong mid-game at the moment where it's like, I've got
From now till 30, it's all mid-game, lad.
Yeah, just got some strong...
But in the middle of a mid-game, do you personally have a specific checkmate in mind while you're in your mid-game?
Like taking the rooks, you know what I mean? Like taking some big players off the board, so you can make your checkmate more clear, like 100%. And I feel like I've been doing those. So like in terms of like genuine checkpoints,
I say you're pushing development, you're capturing pieces, pushing development, making progress, putting yourself in better positions.
Yeah.
To get in where you want to be.
Exactly.
And go,
That's...
but that changes along the way, The king moves around the chessboard. It's hard to pinpoint what they want to do, but you got to be opportunistic with this shit. Take what comes.
Overall, keep in strong position on the board.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
that if I lose my queen, I've got good position on the board, you know what I mean? My pawns are up there so I can get another queen, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't have any, like, I'm not trying to take the queen. I'm not trying to do no checkmates anytime soon. It's just continue advancing with strong position. And like on a real life, just continue growing and learning just to ready myself for when real battle comes. Because I feel like in heaps of ways it's coming for us. Like I said, economically, something might happen. But I feel like even spiritual warfare, things are going to continue to come at us even stronger on that front. And when a lot of things are happening within economic, it can trickle. So it's real important for us to just get ready right now. That's all I can say. Like you were saying, 2024 is going to be a good season if you take the most out of it. And I feel like that's all you can do is just make the most out of what's going to be coming to us.
Yeah. I hear you, but I'm also not fulfilled enough yet. If you're going to use chess as an analogy, the end goal there is an end goal, and that's checkmate. Obviously.
Well, checkmate, bro. If you want to ask that question straight up,
what's
you're asking me about like next 3 years.
Yeah.
I was going to ease
into it. I was going to ease into it, but
if you take straight up checkmate, mate, it's me having multiple income streams.
Checkmate's going to be the same shit for all of us. At the end of the day.
It's going to be multiple income streams that are making me money, and I'm feeding my family and able to help others to improve their situations because they're less fortunate, you know. And I'm going to be able to have the time to do that, live out however I want to live my life, and know that there's money coming through the door from
he
the
says that.
freaking.
You'll say the same thing.
Exactly.
I'll say the same thing.
Well, look, no, it's all different for us.
Yeah, I know, but like,
you know,
type
like
shit, multiple streams, fucking family, all of that, this, that.
I also
For me,
like
but for me,
to do what I want.
that's mid game. Multiple income streams, again, you could achieve that at 80. You know what I mean? If you're not 80, but
no,
if you're
but
not
the
until you're
whole
80,
reason of that being
that's still
like,
mid game, bro.
how is that mid game? But successful big empires that are like by themselves operating because you have grinded and created big fucking machines that can operate by themselves because you've put those seeds there. Do you know what I mean? You've put that there. Now I can walk away and I know that, okay, because I'm walking away, I'm not going to be taking home as much, but the machines are big enough that I'm fucking taking away a big amount of profit. I can actually just sit at home and kind of just
The camera
explore.
went off.
Fuck.
I can kind of just explore and do whatever the fuck that I want to do. You know what I mean? Realistically, I don't ever think I'm going to stop working. Never think I'm going to ever stop working hard. It's not an evolution. Just sit the fuck down.
Bro,
and
as
do
long
fuck
as
all.
the people that I love,
Don't you talk yet, but your camera's off.
as long as fuck,
All right, for everyone listening, sorry, we had a quick pause. Camera died as per usual, but I hear what you're right. I guess everyone's final end game is the same. You know, I didn't think about it from what you're saying, but it is financial security for everyone that you care about.
Yeah.
But more importantly than financial security, I think that my end game is to be able to provide a future in which someone else can be able to achieve the same level of fulfillment that I've fulfilled. It wouldn't matter if it's financial security or not. It could just be like you now have a blueprint in which order that
So
I
you-
have lived.
you want to pave a path for somebody else to walk on.
Pave a path that someone else can choose to follow to at least fulfill the same
Legacy.
Because legacy in a way, but every great person in history, whether it's athletic, business owner, parent, prophet, it could be just philosophizer, they all share the same similar attributes. And I would like to live my life finding out what it is that these people have in common that makes them great at whatever they do, so that my next generation can choose to be great inside of their own chosen field. They could be great chemists. They could be great
And do you know what I
charity
reckon?
runners.
That comes from within.
That comes from what you instill within them. So that comes from the XP that you gain in this life and the lessons that you learn and the accountability and the responsibility you take from your life and pass on to them. And that's all you can do. You're right. Like it goes beyond financial. It goes beyond all that.
because
like,
financial is a deterrent to life.
can
If you're
be,
born a
can be.
billionaire,
Can
you
be.
will not find fulfillment
Can be.
in anything
That's very
ever.
true.
The only thing you'll find fulfillment in is one, if you're lucky enough to find love that isn't from a point of need and greed from the other person, like that they want. If you can get rid of the feeling like they want what I have in love in being a billionaire, then one, you've achieved happiness, or B, control of people. Once you already have everything you could ever want at your fingertips, if a brand new fucking house is on the market and you're like, yeah, I'll just jump in there, or you want to go travel to this place, I'll travel there, eat whatever food I want, drive whatever car I want. The only thing left is control of people. So it's like financial security isn't really the success.
Yeah,
in
it's
life.
not the end point. No, I think you're actually
It's still
right
mid-game.
there. Like,
It's still mid-game.
For me, bro, yeah, you're right. It's mid-game. End game is fucking house in the forest for my family, and we're just living off the fucking land.
Straight up.
And we're just
Super
fucking
necessary.
connecting every fucking night.
That's it.
We all just respect each other. And yeah, I have the opportunity to give them the wisdom that I've learned over my life, and the wife gets to as well. And we're all fucking in harmony, and you know, that's honestly it. And then it's like, I die knowing that I've given the best that I can, not in terms of financially for my kids, but in terms of knowing what's important in life, giving them skills in terms of like growing food and things like that, being able to take care of themselves out of society's constructs. And yeah, just being good fucking people, and I've given them the best that I can. And those fundamental things that matter. Because you're right, money doesn't matter, bro. If I leave them a fucking $200 million, that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't mean shit even more if I've given them no fundamental fucking good morals. Because then what's he gonna do with that 200?
Blow it.
You know, yeah,
Drugs and whores, bro. Drugs and
yeah,
whores.
at
That's
the
what
end
I'd
of
do
the day,
if I didn't have any.
That's the end game,
fundamentals.
bro. You pushed it out of me. I didn't want to talk too much about my fucking. You know, when people ask you about your goals.
Yeah, cabin in
the
the woods,
older
yeah.
I've got, like, you know, and over
changes.
time, you don't want to. Yeah, there's changes. That's one big thing, and it's also like telling people what I'm gonna do next week. It's like fuck. That
You're
it
revealing
jinxes
too
it,
much.
jinxes it,
You
jinxes it. Type
both
shit.
always told me that, but I don't know if I've ever felt it when you say it. Like, don't speak to life your plans.
No,
you know
no,
what
no,
I
no,
mean?
no. That's different, bro. Like, obviously, around people that like, if us three were talking in confidential, I'd be like, yeah, boys, this is what I'm planning to do. Like, yeah, straight up, you know.
Like, I only
But
tell select few confidential information. Other than that, I don't reveal.
yeah, and that's to do
much.
because like this going to the outer world where it's like some people maybe harbor emotions against me and they don't want to see me do well. So like, I wouldn't face to face tell that person what I'm going to go get up to next week because I don't know what energy they might put out there for me. So like I believe that shit exists because like I've been in situations where yeah, all right, face value, you're like, nah, no way, like no matter what this person thinks, they can get in the way, but later down the line you realize no, they actually did get in the way, you know what I mean? You know, them knowing that you might get to success is starts to change their behavior.
That's
Shit
crazy
like
that
shit
people
like
were
that can
even
happen,
like
you know.
eh?
That finite. So fuck
Do you think people are like that consciously or subconsciously though?
subconsciously. If they don't have enough self-awareness, I feel like that's what differentiates a lot of people from other people. We're all human, we all have the same capabilities. It's just, have you broken through your self-awareness, you know, or like developed it as much as you can, you know?
It's very true because I notice it in a sense of just a sober journey. You know what I mean? There's always the select few that are trying to push you out of it. You know what I mean? And it's like they are not necessarily aware of the fact that they're trying to ruin your plan.
And they're not a bad person
they're
either.
not a bad person.
Yeah.
They're just, I don't know. They're just, I can't
They can't
think
put
of a
themselves in
word.
your shoes. They lack the empathetic ability to just hear what you're saying for a second and put yourself in your shoes and then, you know, what's that like? What would I want if I was in that situation? All right, fair enough. Maybe I want to do that. Just fuck it. Just to ask yourself a couple of questions real quickly. You get there. But
There's always a select few that are like, come on, just do it. Just do it. Why are you doing it? Just do
Yeah,
it. Come on,
like-
just do it. Have a drink. Here, it's right here. Come on, it's in your face right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. But it's like, again, they're not bad people. It's just subconsciously, they are trying to ruin you from achieving your
Yeah.
dreams, you know.
And
your
the opposite
plans.
is, you know, I was with one of my Donnies where typically in you know, in history, if us linking up, we might spark up something, right? You know, I'm probably going to do it 9 times out of 10. We pull up and it's the same scenario that we would have previously. Initially, he was like, nah, dog. Like, yeah, don't bring it out in front of me. And I was like, because I've been there where you are right now when you're trying to allow it and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm going to bring it out, but I'm just not going to let you touch it. And then the other aspect is that you're actually going to develop the ability to say no when it's in front of you. So we went through that process. I brought it out. It was pretty solid, 3/4 of it. And then he got to the quarter.
So you're that guy,
the
bro.
quarter when he was like, no, I'm not that guy. He got to the quarter where he goes like, yeah, I'll just give it to me, cuz. Nah, it's good, cuz. Because it's been around. And like, I look like I'm in a vibe. So it always induces you to be like, let me have it this
Did you give
time.
it to him or you said
But
no?
I was a sikan. And I was like, because I'd been where he'd been, you know. I was able to look above the situation.
Okay.
From us having a good time to be like, nah.
The bigger picture.
Yeah, bigger picture shit at that moment, you know what I mean? And then, he was like, all right, cool. But now he's developed the ability that hopefully if other people are around him, he doesn't have to recluse. He can like, you know, develop this internal ability to just be like, nah, I'm not going to get a part of it. You know what I mean? I wish someone done that with me like a couple of times because you might be like 3-4 days sweet. And then it gets to the point where like someone has it around you. And you say no initially, but there's always a point, bro. Like just before that shit birds out, you might just be like, yo,
FOMO.
what's up?
FOMO.
FOMO kicks in. And that's always the test. It's like when you finally get the momentum, because everyone knows like the first few days is the hardest. So it's like on that third day when everything's good, it's like it comes to you then. And then in your head, you're thinking, oh yeah, I can enhance it since I'm feeling good.
I've beaten it. You know, I've done
Takes you
well,
down that trajectory. So that's the self-awareness difference is like I seen that he's going through that. So I'm obviously not going to fucking send him down the wrong path. Try to do what's necessary if I care for the motherfucker anyways.
That's guidance, bro. It's perfect. one of the most important things in life is guiding and motivating and pushing others.
Fuck, I've been
right
enjoying that a lot recently, more than I have ever in my life. Just seeing other people win, just seeing other people get W's is the
That's why I love training people, bro.
The best.
Yeah, I noticed you always enjoyed training people.
Seeing people, especially
The
seeing it
strangest of
change their
people.
lives.
Yeah, always the strangest. I would think, where'd this person come from?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like they're strange, but it's strange to have them in the training
Diverse,
circles.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, diverse characters. Like, there's no limits as long as you're a geezer, you know. But even women or kids, we got kids training with us,
Yeah.
boys, girls. Like,
Wow.
it's crazy. Yeah, there's so diverse. There's no limitations, honestly, to being healthy. But it's powerful though when it's just like it is a lot of men together.
It's rewarding as well.
It's very beautiful when it's you've been there the summertime.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
last
yeah.
summer
Yeah.
when we probably got up to 15 or so
Yeah.
out there at the park, and we got sparring going on one corner, we got Cali going on the other corner. Like,
Yeah,
it's
ping pong for
ping
people
pong,
with the lazies.
whatever. Yeah, but like we got that going on rotation, and that was mad powerful. That was good momentum for
Yeah.
all of the boys at that time. Looking at, for me personally, I could speak. That was great for me at the time.
Yeah, I
It's
need
great
that
for everyone.
too.
For
Time.
Cali and the chess were like the two main focuses. So fitness and chess were the two main focuses, and I could say like with those two, I definitely propelled me for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Advancing those two factors.
My favorite part of exercise is exercising with someone different. Like I like constantly doing some form of exercise with someone else, sharing that experience of growth together and health together. You know what I mean? Like I don't like having training partners. I've had extended training partners for years where some of us, like shout out to Zibbo and Luke and Pat and a lot of people that I've had training partners with that aren't here, but there's something special about someone new being there. You know what I mean? Something special about just growing together, being healthier together, persisting together.
Straight up.
Bonding.
It's super powerful when you start training with someone else and you're on the same wavelength. You know, you can push each other. You just push each other in the right ways. You don't know exactly how you push the other one or how the other one pushes you. It's different. Like I get motivation off you in different ways and you get motivation off me. I think it's actually more just like where my weaknesses are his strengths and where his weaknesses are my strengths. So seeing our weakness be projected as a strength in someone else is motivating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we consistently have that as a back and forth. And like, bro, there's nothing better. Like I always try to put it to numbers where I'm like, I feel like training with a partner adds on like 30%, 40%.
It made me
The
so
word is
happy as
synergy.
well. This guy, bro, his pull-ups, his dips, his push-ups, low numbers, yeah, in the beginning. Fuck. Looking at it now, how long's it been since you've been training,
It's a
Kelvin?
year and a half, nearly 2.
Fuck, a year and a half, 2 years, whatever. It's come a long fucking way.
Yeah.
A long
mad.
fucking way from zero, bro.
That's mad.
And the craziest thing
makes me
about
happy.
that, I swear, maybe I've only personally been feeling those benefits and the actual like, oh, I'm actually getting stronger the last 3 months.
Yeah,
like obviously
nice.
though I was getting stronger, I was doing higher numbers, but like that full like form of like control aspects of calisthenics and making things look good and beautiful as it should actually flow. Like I'm really starting to get that now. And it's like, oh, cool. And I'm at the point now I can share knowledge now. So Delvin's the one that's always been basically like teaching me for the like leading the way for the like last year plus. And now I'm at a stage where I can actually share some of the information that I've got from him to
Yeah.
other people, which is awesome, super rewarding.
Yeah, it's mad.
People taking looks at him and asking.
Yeah, bro, like I'm
asking,
getting
fuck, he's a personal trainer.
unintentional clientele on
Yeah.
the street on a regular basis. I'm getting to a point, I'm like, all right, we got to start running something up. And it's like, that's almost a manifestation of like things that we've been cooking up over like recent time. And it's like, yeah, now it's time for that sort of stuff to start actually coming to
Yeah.
fruition.
That's mad. Getting paid to train too would be so hectic.
Which is gangster, right?
Every
Like think
day.
about all those evening
Yeah,
sessions
bro.
that we
Just
do.
a club, you know?
Club, yeah.
People just coming to train, that's it.
So when I hit club, I'm like, oh, multiple subscriptions. That means like, I don't know, $25 a head over 17 weeks. Nah. Obviously,
also
but like,
beyond.
it all originates from the love of what we do.
Yeah.
And just wanting to give people lifestyle. Like people, the worst thing you can do is bring up to me calisthenics. What do you do to look so fit? Brother, I'll get straight into Cali and I will tell you how I haven't walked into a gym in the whole year.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
like
mean?
when people say, what gym do you go to? I say,
What
no,
gym?
I train at the park. And they go
can't
to the park.
believe it. They can't believe it, bro. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then from that, you know, I get very motivated because I'm like, oh, this person's obviously like showing some sort of interest, and it sends me down some path because I'm like, I can't believe the changes it's made in my life, bro. I can't believe it, bro. I was like breaking down when I started Cali, like, you know, because, you know, obviously sport, you've been playing like higher level, high contact shit, scar tissue builds up, all that sort of stuff. Cali fixed me. Cali broke me firstly, then it fixed me.
Destroy and rebuild,
It
bro.
destroys and rebuilds because it breaks you in the way that it shows all of your impurities, all your imbalances. It all comes to the surface. But the beautiful thing is like you have to be like, I want to fix those things. If you want to, it will get you there. And
Well, it's
like,
using your body to fix itself.
bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which makes so much fucking sense, bro. Like, and highly functional, bro. Like we do functional movements, you know? And that's what I love about it is like, makes sense. I've always thought, because I've always seen my end picture, obviously with what I study, you know, renewable energy, sustainability, living out in the woods. So I always got to get my body ready for that sort of fucking, that lifestyle, living out in the fucking, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And you don't know what might come at you.
Nothing good should come easy, bro. Nothing good should come easy.
Yeah, so you got to get yourself prepared. But yeah, Cali changed my whole life, bro. Cali honestly changed my whole life and relationship with training and shit.
He's a pump me up. I'm gonna start training.
This is what I'm saying. Every
This
conversation.
happens every summer.
Bro.
Every summer this happens, bro.
yeah,
Every
yeah,
summer, my
yeah,
whole
yeah.
life. Yeah, I should get into it in winter, so I'm ready for summer.
To be honest, that's the thing. I think that's how you get the breakthrough, is because you're always motivated going in the middle of summer. Everyone's got their six packs out, whatever. And, you know, yeah, I'm here. But it's those that get it through on those cold winter nights that really see the benefits. If you get through the summer and winter season, then yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
that's when
man.
you can like really improve at Cali.
Because that was some of the best times, especially last year. Those Cali days, afternoons, hot scorches, bro.
Yeah.
I finishing work, before night shift. Whenever I could fit it in, just chuck in 40 minutes, plenty of time.
Fuck, I
mate.
loved it. You actually did come into the winter sessions actually, like
Yeah, yeah, I
midway,
was.
halfway through
I
winter,
go
we still
dips.
had you.
I pop in and out.
Yeah. But
Oh
you
my
were
God.
like, you're the last one. You
It's
stayed the
always
longest.
good, but it's always brief.
You stayed
Yeah,
the
yeah,
longest out of anyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone else died off. You
Yeah,
stayed
yeah.
the longest for
I'll
sure.
be back in summer, trust. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Yeah,
It
then I'll
never-
be back again in winter.
Never expires, bro. Never expires.
Yeah.
A lot of people come and go with the Cali thing.
Yeah, a lot
Because the
do.
lifestyle is the most important.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I think you got to fall in love with it, and it can happen easily. But you can only fall in love with it if you accept the journey, accept the challenges. People just find it.
A lot
They
of
feel
people
that-
see a big journey ahead. They try it one time and they see a massive journey and they think,
Yeah, that's it. They start thinking about
gotta
that
lift some weights.
uphill. They think too much about that uphill, and yeah, it fucks them.
but it's a lifelong journey.
And that's the craziest thing. It's like if you're just consistent for like 2 or 3 weeks, the amount of strength that you accumulate is sensational, bro.
Yeah.
And
I went from doing probably 3 to 5 pull-ups with like medium power to probably 10 in only like
Yeah.
fucking a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was like 10 now is easy. It only took a few weeks. Probably
You know
3
what?
weeks.
My favorite part of my progression with Cali was when our first like 6 months to a year was very like reps, numbers, you know, pump it out. And then in that last 6 to 8 months, bro, it got very movement based, form based. So like, fuck, I don't give a fuck. You can do 25 pull-ups, bro. Do 5 full strict pull-ups, 10 pull-ups strict. That was more energy taxing than trying to do 25. Like you go right to the bottom, lock out your arms, take yourself right over to that bar, hold it up for a couple of seconds on ISO. Like, nah, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's when I
it's 'cause-
started falling in love
It's
with
because
Cali
like
proper.
I can see him coming up from like nothing. I can see the journey is on with Cali and it's like he needs this to move to the next stage.
Yeah.
So you got to switch it up. You know, you got to do yoga Cali or like strength Cali or flexibility Cali. It's just really depends on the situation that he's in and what he needs.
But like, yeah, I really amplified it. Like the Cali that you'd been doing, it would take you to a certain point and there was new levels, new devils consistently. That's how I always felt it. I was stronger, but I found out that something else was weaker. And like, it would always have to like, now my research and the way that I'm training had to develop. So it's like, when we started range of motion, range of motion was shit. I realized where my lacks were, but you didn't realize like now I have to do training behind closed doors to make sure that when I do Cali, I can perform. Like Cali is no longer training. That's almost like the performance. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I got to do other training to make sure that I'm ready for the Cali. Because my body was way more breaking than yours has ever been.
You train
know what
for
I mean?
training.
So I have to train for training. And it's the same concept now. I'm utilizing that because I did it for Cali. Going into the soccer season, it's like, there's no way we play game on the weekend, train twice a week. Like, and then think about all the pressures that's actually on it. Like, not really actually pressures, but like when you're training, like your coach is assessing you to play the game on the weekend. So it's like you got to be training before training session because training isn't just training. It's not just like you fucking get to make your mistakes that day. Yeah. Make your mistakes before training so that in training you can execute correctly and get in a good motion that when it comes to the game should be fucking fun, bro. Do you know what I mean? You should be fucking walking apart because you did all the hard work. You know what I mean? Like, training, when they say training is not training. That's when we're testing you.
Preparation.
Just a prep.
Yeah.
You know, your focus should be different. It shouldn't be thinking about improving your game, like skills. It should be like gameplay, like the bigger picture type shit. But
they say how you train is how you perform.
That's what I've been
fucking show up every time.
Thinking so hard about that recently, man. Like even when you put 60% every day is better than 80% here and there. I've heard that, but like, you know, you still got to kind of train how you play. Like even if you are slowing it down, make it as game-like and real life as possible, so we can transfer. You want to make sure that what you're doing can transfer into like real life scenarios.
Yeah, you can always, as you said, slow it down, treat it at 50% speed, but still 100% focus.
Yeah,
you know?
focus. That's it. You find balances with that. Because my body might be knackered this whole week because I played hella football. But I still need to exercise that football mind somehow. So I've got to find ways to do it, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like I just stand on the pitch and I'm visualizing where I'd be passing the ball, you know, if I put myself in a certain position and think about the sort of options I would have. Like, you know, I have to do that, you know, and it gets me prepared for the game.
That's mad, bro. I didn't know that anyone took any sport that seriously.
That was crazy.
Especially on a team level.
On a team, like I got no reason to do it. Like I'm not even getting paid or anything like that. It's just, but more just fun. Like you want to win, but I have fun when I'm playing at my best.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's as simple as it is. I played football one time a couple of years ago. In my mind, everything was working. Couldn't connect, you know, with my feet. So like there was about 2-3 second lag with my legs.
Yeah,
you know, ever since that day, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
And I'm on you know, there's moments where everything's sinking because I'm fit and my mind can react quickly and I'm having fun, bro. When I'm having fun on the field, there's no better feeling.
I feel like any sport, put 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if we're training like kickboxing or we're going like Danny's gym and sparring and that. Fuck, he's good, bro.
Yeah.
Any sport, bro.
I hate just constantly do half-assed, like especially in sports. Like we're here to win, especially sports, just because as a kid it's engraved to you. Like you do these things to win and stuff. Like obviously have fun, like, but you're not playing the sport initially if you don't enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? So if you're here, especially the boys I play up, like pull up, sign up to the football club on the weekend. Like, do not piss me off and come here do for like half-assed job. Like, why the fuck are you doing it? Like, fuck off, stay home. You know what I mean? Because you're actually. When everyone else is doing 100% and we got one cunt doing 50%, we're only as good as you dickhead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people need to get that. So if everyone puts in 100%, we actually might not actually end up feeling like we're putting in 100%. At work, it pisses me off.
Well, that's synergy, bro. That's what I was going to say before when you were talking about finding such good bondage and powerness in training together.
Yeah.
You might have a XP level of 100, you might have an XP level of 100. Together, you have 250.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the truth in synergy.
Yeah.
But I guess it also works in the reverse as well.
Synergy can only work if that, like, the attitude and shit's there. You know.
But then it's reverse synergy. I don't know if that's even a word, but it's like if your training partner's only putting in 50% of the effort that day, you're going to be putting in 90% of the effort instead of 100.
Yeah. But it's super necessary, and that's why training partners is good. It's kind of a bit of a side topic. Is like there are days when Del doesn't want to train. And I'm fucking on go. And there's days where Del wants to train and I'm like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
You know? And just like, but seeing him going hard and shit, you know, and it makes me like, all right, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It gets me out the door sometimes.
Once we're there, once we've shown up, we're all there, we're warmed up, ready to go, then it's a different story.
Yeah.
Once we're there, everything changes.
That's mad. That's power. That's
Yeah,
mad.
it's crazy, bro. It's I'm grateful
The hard
to have
part's-
connections like that. Bro.
Hard part's showing up.
Hard part's showing up, and like that's why having a partner definitely helps, because like there's days, bro, we're in bed, bro, and either one of us is giving us a phone call. Get up, you pussy, like this, that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, come on, cuz, you got to get up, you know? Pushing the other one to really get up. And it works 9 times out of 10. The only time we might be like, nah, allow it is if we're both just dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, yeah, you know, it pushes the other one to get out of the situation. And what might not have happened happens.
Not even just that, but like, you know, other people relying, they want to train as well. Not just us anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, having that the extra bodies there, especially now once the paper starts coming in, it's like, you know, we have to be there.
Sometimes,
But I've got to be more than happy to be there when the papers are
sometimes I've already trained, I'm fucking sore. I want to have a rest day. Someone else wants to train.
Yeah.
Fuck, all right, let's go.
There's going to be a lot of that in the future, I feel like. But yeah, we'll learn to balance that and stuff. But it's a good journey, man. Any man out there, all I can say to you is train. In some sort of way, find what makes sense for you. Yeah, because there's no one way to do it for everyone. Cali just happened to be the best for me because it allowed me to fix so many breakages and scar tissues. Like, I want to say forcibly, because I wanted to progress, and if I didn't, then I would have never been able to progress, you know. But fuck, yeah, nothing else like it. I don't think anything would have got me there.
Well, you did mention grateful in that piece of point there, and it's how I want to kind of wrap up today's episode. And I will start with you, Kel. What's some of the main things you're grateful for? Let's just try and, because we're at the end of the year, so I really appreciate you coming and making it in just before we wrap up 2023. It's definitely led me to be more excited with 2024. And yeah, to wrap up 2023, what's some things that you're grateful for?
Bro, mad grateful for the people around me. Mad grateful. Obviously, a lot of that, you know, people coming in my life, like I've had some sort of control on, you know what I mean? And, you know, consciously I have control to make sure that I'm only around real stand-up people. And literally I can look at you guys right now and be like, fuck, I'm super grateful that I got individuals like you that make sure that I'm, you know, we're all doing better, basically, because we're a product of our environment. You're pushing yourself, you're pushing yourself, you're pushing yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else, you're doing it for yourself. And it's good to bounce off energies like that. So I'm super grateful for the people around me, family, self-development, progressing on self-love, which can put me in a position to love others better. And yeah, I just want more of that moving into the next year and forever, bro, you know, and continue to grow so I can give more to the world.
Nice. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you're so right. I definitely resonate with that, whether you are a product of your environment. And I don't want to piggyback you and say I'm grateful for that as well, but it's like you're definitely proof in the pudding of who you surround yourself with is who you'll end up being. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Del?
I'm grateful to all my loved ones, all the people who show me love, who support me and who guide me, show me wisdom. People who show me new pathways that I haven't thought about before. People who open up new doors, show me new opportunities. And the people who are listening, it'll click, you know who you are. I appreciate you, and I thank you for all the things that you've shown me about myself that I never thought about before. I appreciate this guy, this geezer. I've seen him almost every day this year. Almost every day this year.
Close to.
We're always on mission, always on training. Yeah, always on that battle to push each other.
Always progressing, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I love
moving
about.
forward,
That's why I was saying
like,
I'm grateful for you boys, because that's the thing. It's like me and you don't waste time, bro.
Every day is a summary, every week.
Very
reflection.
rarely.
Like, what did you get up? Like, fuck, how did you move forward? How did you progress this week? How did you go on this mission? How did you go on that mission?
Straight up.
And always just, you know, pushing development. And I appreciate all the love and support from the people in my life.
Gang.
What about you?
Well, I love that you're both so grateful for other people, you know what I mean? Like, that's so real and beautiful, and I full understand the powerfulness that comes from brothers, not just blood, but just brotherhood in general, you know what I mean? As Andrew Tate says too, if you're going to live in a house, why not surround it with motivated killers? You know what I mean? People that will push you to get up in the morning. I'm not going to let that cunt do 100 push-ups if I'm not going to do 100 push-ups, you know? That's a simple simile for exactly how you guys are living. It's fucking mad to see it. It's mad. Delvin and Kelvin. It's such a perfect, you know what I mean? Kel and Del and Kel. It's perfect. But me personally, I would say I'd have to piggyback again and echo on the two of you. I'm grateful for everyone I have in my life. Again, I think that I'm consciously choosing to only surround myself with high achievers, you know, and if they're not high achievers, I see high potential in these people to achieve.
That's very true. I don't want to cut you off, but that's sometimes very a necessary thing to do.
Necessary.
Is to invest your time in people that sometimes don't see the potential in themselves, but only if they have the right attitude.
Sometimes
Key.
you can lend a helping hand.
Yeah, 100%. I'm great, and that's the one thing I'm grateful
And I'll
for.
reiterate, only if they want to help themselves.
Yeah, true. You can, as the mad saying is, you can only lead a horse to water, can't make it drink, but if it doesn't, drown it. But yeah, I think that
No trace, no case. Right.
yeah, I think that I'm also grateful for my self-development as well. I showed myself that I can be proud for the first time in my life of what I can achieve. You know, I set myself a lot of different things that were performance on consistency, you know. The sober journey was a consistent one that took a lot of effort in doing so. The little tiny things throughout the year, like the 30-day no nut challenges and the podcast in itself. I'm super grateful to have the podcast, have lads like yourselves to come over and do it with me, and the ladies who have decided to come and do it with me recently too. That's been a mad blessing.
Yeah, what changed, bro? Like, you was like before, nah, I don't want women on the podcast.
I just thought bitches were shit. Honestly,
And
I
then
thought...
all of a sudden, you just, every episode I see you coming up on my recommended on YouTube, bro, there's a woman on it.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting, bro. It's exciting.
Women have a lot to say, bro. I don't
They
know.
do have a lot to say.
I'm one thing I'm grateful for. What it adds to the mix, bro, is the women I've come across in my life. Sometimes, you know, just I don't know, bro. They're fucking interesting sometimes. Whether it's some bullshit interesting, but sometimes when they genuinely have value, sometimes they have some of the greatest things to say. And it's a
Yeah.
great presence
Yeah.
to be amongst.
Straight up.
It develops you as a man. You learn so much. Like there's some things only I can learn from a woman saying it than you guys saying it. Like
Yeah.
if you guys said something,
Hits
she said,
different, bro.
even if it was the same thing,
different.
you guys said the same thing. Sometimes I need to hear it from a woman.
100%.
You know what I mean? Sometimes. So shout out to all the women out there, bro.
Yeah,
yeah.
grateful.
Hopefully we get more of those on Doxcast.
Yeah, 100%. That's 2024 will be full of amazing, beautiful women, to be honest. It will. It's been a good journey having
Amen.
women on here lately. But yeah, the podcast in itself, everyone who listens, everyone who comments, talks about it, I'm appreciative of every single part of the podcast. It's been my favourite journey so far I've done since being alive anyway, not just 2023. But yeah, I'm going to piggyback a little bit on you, Del, as well. Like just the people who have helped invite me into a realm of new possibilities and motivation and places in which...
There's been a lot of that this year, I feel. I'm super grateful.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Like
me
the
too.
networks and the connections that I've developed over the last year, and like through my personal development to actually maintain those on a healthy note, to actually develop healthy relationships. I'm just very excited to see where they'll go next year and what can come out of those. You know,
Yeah.
fucking.
That's what I mean,
yeah,
dude.
bring
It was a
on,
good
bros.
year.
Yeah.
Let's take it and just run with it, bro. Let's run with this year. And just, manifest everything that was made this year good and just try and make it a little bit better.
Consistent but better.
Yeah.
Same but better.
Yeah.
Same but better.
Gang.
Not
Easy.
too much different.
Well, I really appreciate both of you for coming and doing this episode. It's been long. Appreciate your Friday afternoon and Friday night. Now I've stolen that too.
That's all right, brother. This
All
is
good,
Good
super
Friday night
necessary, bro.
activities. Absolutely.
Super necessary. How many times do you reckon we said that this
I say
podcast?
super necessary. Oh, I don't know about this potty.
I reckon you said it
Someone in
6.
the comments let us
I reckon
know.
you said it 6.
I didn't
you
say
said
too
it-
many.
Body, way
Over the
too many
last,
times.
so over
I
like,
think I said it a lot.
Yeah, I reckon you said it.
I've been slowing
5.
down on how much I try
Five?
to say it on a regular basis.
5, I think more than 5.
I reckon you said it.
When
We'll
you're
count.
editing, this,
I try
go
to do a
through
ding.
it, count.
Yeah.
Also, you should do a thing. It's like guess how many times they're gonna say it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
All right.
I reckon
Yeah,
I'm on
alright.
6.
Done. For
Guess
everyone
how-
listening, comment in the bottom how much you think each lad said it, and then I will put up an answer later on in the description. But for
straight
now,
up.
let's just play guessing
combined
game.
or separately? Combined.
Separately, each individual person.
Okay.
Super necessary.
Together 15.
Yeah, together 15. Together,
I said it
13.
alone 15 times.
Together 13.
But I've been trying to stop saying it
The
because
thing is,
everyone
I
else
can't-
around me is catching on to
I can't
saying it.
control
bro.
it. It's just,
Nah,
it
I
comes
felt
out.
like you were consciously stopping to say it's super necessary recently. So like now I'm like, all right, let me stop saying super necessary.
Yeah.
Just to limit it. Just to
Yeah,
limit
yeah.
it. Otherwise,
I
it's
say
not as powerful.
super anything, right? I don't
Yeah.
care what it is.
Just super.
I was getting
Super
like I was
necessary.
getting way too into it, so I had to ease back. Hit the brakes. But
You know,
now
bro,
I'm just-
sounding way
I'm
too
letting it
eshe at
all
work,
out.
bro. Sounded way too eshe. Now everyone else is sounding eshe.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Everything's super in my life, bro. Super.
Real bad man, bro.
Yeah, as I said, the two of our perfect episode. Couldn't ask for anything more about it. Appreciate everyone getting so deep and entering the world of unknowns with questions that we're not familiar with and just exploring and seeing how we all think. And
Thank you,
my
Doxy.
favourite thing to do.
We appreciate you for having us on here, mate.
That's a wrap.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my